Good propaganda.
No, what happened?
This hiker, well, there was this family that was on the sort of off the West Coast Trail. They weren't like hiking the West Coast Trail.
Yeah.
They were just out there for the weekend. And one fella went out for an evening hike and got lost, and he couldn't find his way back.
Yeah.
And the next day, me and my friend Kirsten were paddling around Vancouver Island, and his wife came up to us at the other end of the beach and asked us to if we could call the Coast Guard. So we did, and we called the Cape Beale Lighthouse, and they helped us out, got the Coast Guard from Bamfield to come by. And the guy came by, they had the Zodiac, and he had his flippers on and his wetsuit, and dove in and swam to shore. And then we were doing all these searches on the trails and through the bush and all that. And then we still couldn't find him, so then they started bringing in like the Pacific Rim wardens and rangers in the helicopter. And they brought in all kinds. They had like 25 people there. Throughout the whole day we were doing all these searches. Finally it was getting close to dark, and we were doing searches like side by side through the woods. You know, maybe he's unconscious or whatever. And because the helicopter had been flying around all day, he was able to figure out where the ocean was, and just came out of the bush at the end of the day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was quite an experience. It was fun to call it in and to be part of something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
When was this?
that was in 2001. Yeah, but it was the Cape Beale Lighthouse keeper that helped us out right from the start, trying to locate where we were, and that's where the GPS came in, because
You could tell them exactly where.
yeah, there was 2 bays around there that had the same sound, same sort of name, like they were different spelling, but they sounded very similar, and they heard me say the other bay, and so they thought we were in another location. And so that's where, when we finally gave them the GPS coordinates, they were like, oh, you're there. And so then they were able to track us down and start the search. So the topos and the marine charts for the whole coast on it.
Cool.
And you can zoom in
Oh yeah,
and
it's a
zoom
Garmin
out.
too.
Oh, you got a chip in
I
there.
saw my dad the chip in there.
Yeah.
Pretty
What?
much be in any kind of season, I'm just like, okay, we got like 8 miles to go, or
Yeah.
And it gives you your speed over the bottom.
And you're guiding, and you don't think you can do it.
yeah, but she's an outlier. I gotta
It's about-
admit. He knows what
So,
he's doing.
Leah, tell us about your greatest adventure since you started from Alaska.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Hey. Oh, sea lion.
maybe I'll give you my
Your
email
scariest
and send
moment.
it.
Yeah, you betcha.
Your scariest moment. Zoom in here.
I haven't really had any. Oh, I have had, well, not really scary, but we were camping on a beach with a mama and mama grizzly and 3 cubs,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
And didn't see anything, so it wasn't actually very scary. But we did wake up in the middle of the night floating because the tide had come in.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I named it in 1995.
Everything scary has only been in my imagination.
You know, I mean, it's a white boat. And
Yeah.
So, staying, camping alone at night and hearing the
And you
noises
can pass that on?
around me.
yes.
Oh,
then we'll
I often
get
don't
your
sleep at
address
night when
too.
I'm alone.
mine is
I sleep during the day just because my imagination goes wild and I always think there's a cougar, a wolf, or a bear coming to attack. So,
Have you got what do you use for defense in the event that a bear or a cougar attack you?
smile and a sweet voice.
That's-
I'm bear spray and bear bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And then there's my AK-40.
and then you got your knife, eh? That's a wrap.
My,
That's right.
my black belt in karate.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I tend to go for hand-to-hand combat with the animals rather than...
So that's the
Yeah.
latest
With their
in
attacks.
grub?
Yeah, organic tofu, pesto, whatever. There's tons of different types.
at $8 a pack.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, $7.25, but they range between like $6 and $7. So per meal, and it's really good food, and it's more than enough calories. This one's like, well, this one's a little low. It's 340 calories, but sometimes they get up to like 600 calories. So you kind of want to get more calories than less, but
Oil?
Yeah.
With a pleasure. You're very relaxed.
Oh man, I got
You
to cool
think
down.
Hola, amigos, ¿cómo
I
están?
got to cool down.
Quiero Taco Bell.
What's that?
Quiero Taco Bell.
So you just practice your rollover or you just fall over?
No, it's a way to cool the body down because
Oh, you're hot already in
Yeah.
that suit, eh?
yeah, the water will cool me down a bit.
Okay, you got everything in your paws there, Leah?
I've got everything I need.
Okay, if you want to just hang right there, I'll hand you this stuff here for you. I'm not going to spill her coffee getting in the boat here. You're missing the cell phone in the other hand there.
I know. I don't do it. If I can't do it with coffee, I don't do it. That's my limiting factor with outdoor activities.
Keep an eye on her. She might take a dip here as soon as it's finished.
It's the coffee we really don't want to spill. I know, this is when I usually end up falling. Wait, we've got the coffee. I turn around and face
Jonah.
I was stunned that that was
What do
a
you
whale.
What do you do
I
for
thought sure
defense in the event that you get attacked by wildlife,
You know, what a rescue jumper.
by cougar or bear?
Nope, there it was. Boom.
That's the best one. Yeah.
It gets a lot of cool stuff.
You don't have a knife?
Knife, yes. In my PFD, yes, of course.
So you'd use a knife.
Except if he's not wearing the knife, then he has
Yep.
to.
You're going to get up close and personal with a
Okay.
really large friend. Expensive, but I've got such amazing shots with it.